In this case, the lawyers, being guided by the rules of professional conduct and also the law, can also help in the fight against corruption. I can give an instance.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yesterday's newspaper, precisely this day newspaper,
Okay.
we read that a low governmental organization has gone to court, Federal High Court Abuja, with some prayers, one of which was to mandate for the court to order the EFCC to carry out the direction of the immediate past Minister of Justice and the Attorney General of the Federation.
So, Mr. Ezike, are you saying that he was sacked because of all of these reasons that you've given, all allegations?
You cannot take it away. The sack of the EFCC chairman, we cannot say is uncollected with all these facts.
So are you saying then that, the moment that, any allegation is put against any EFCC chairman, he should be removed?
We are not saying so. But when an allegation is very weighty, which has been formally presented, this allegation...
In a court of law or where?
It was not in the court of law. But some persons have petitioned the Senate, which is an arm of government, who also has a duty and a constitutional right to oversee the activities of other arms of the government.
I'm just a little curious. You saw that petition. Did you also see the response to the petition by the EFCC?
What I'm trying to say here, there was a response to that fact, to the petition.
I'm sorry?
I said there was a petition.
Yes.
And in every petition, there must be a response.
Yes.
And the response may be a denial of what contained in the petition.
Yeah, but as somebody who, observes things in the public space, I'm sure that you saw the petition, at least you heard that there was a petition. If you saw the allegations in the petition because you say they were weighty, did you also see the response to the allegations in the petition?
Let me also take you away from here. You also know from what we read from the pages of the newspapers and what I have seen, the court processes filed, and some lectures to that effect, some exhibits, which were on oath, where it was also stated that the former EFCC chairman was also instructed by the then Attorney General of Federation to proceed and prosecute the CCT chairman, but this letter was dated 7th day of May 2014, based on the investigation carried out by the EFCC under the chairmanship of the immediate past chairman.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused now. What has that letter got to do with the allegations against the EFCC chairman? Because some people... the reason I'm asking you, just a moment, the reason I'm asking you this question about, whether or not you saw the response is because you seem to have formed an opinion that because the allegations were weighty, he possibly was guilty. But you did not see the reply of the EFCC to those allegations to be able to fully make up your mind on whether or not you thought that those allegations even had any weight in the very first instance.
Like what I said earlier, there was a directive from the Federal Ministry of Justice that EFCC should investigate the allegation against this chairman.
I'm sorry, did you saw the notice of the directive?
I have not seen the notice, but I had it. I read in the pages of the newspaper, assuming without considering that the position, what I read in the newspaper is correct. It will be morally wrong for the EFCC chairman to have such grave allegation against him and still sit as the chairman of the commission. In the Western world, in the civilized society, once such an allegation is made against you, the honorable thing to do is to resign and clear yourself.
Now, a lot of people would not disagree with you, but then let us move forward now. Let's move beyond, what could have led to his being fired, even though, yes, you made your point in terms of him having to resign when such weighty allegations are made against him. But then some people will also say that in this climb, when you fight corruption, it fights back, and so that particular part is debatable. But if you move forward, there's an acting chair now, possibly awaiting the appointment of a substantive chair. What would you say should be the agenda of the EFCC moving forward?
The agenda of EFCC should be in line with the position of the present government in the fight against corruption. And it is noticeable in the recent days that EFCC has started doing things perceived to be fighting corruption. We have seen a series of invitations by the past governors. Some are arraigned to court, some have been arraigned to court. My advice to the new acting chairman is to key in the agenda of the present government.
All right, let me get your opinion on this before, as we wind down. The Administration of Criminal Justice Act, you heard about it, I mean. How does that impact on our fight against corruption? Or do you think it will in any way?
Yes, my answer to that question is in affirmative.
How so?
Hello?
Go ahead.
My answer to your question is in affirmative. The Administrative of Criminal Justice Act 2015 is a welcome development in the administration of justice in this country. There are so many new provisions talking about the number of adjournments a defendant can secure in the entire trial. The maximum is 2. And also, there are so many other provisions.
In other words, you're saying that we need to key into that such that we could give the fight against corruption a new zest.
Yes.
All right.
The lawyers and the bench should key in and see that the provisions of that act is bring to fruition.
All right, Mr. Chibuzor Ezike, a legal practitioner, thank you very much indeed for your thoughts today on the program.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a moment. We've got other perspectives as well on the same matter, so don't go away yet.